Hello, everyone, and welcome to Board Game Revolution's final night of Week with Games, sponsored by Board and Dice. And tonight we have a special treat, as you can see behind me, another new game by Board and Dice that is launching at the UK Game Expo as well as Origins, and that is World Shapers. And this is a card game where you're actually placing down cards. As you are playing, you will get a hand and you'll play it per the elements, and we'll get right into that. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to know about the game, please feel free to ask. I'll answer as best as I can. And tonight we're doing something special. If you guys haven't seen all my other live streams, this is my first solo live stream. So because we have a solo live stream, I'm actually going to be playing music, because I don't have to talk to people except for you guys. And if you can't hear it, or if you need me to turn it down, just let me know. I'll do the best that I can to teach this game and to play it through while interacting with you guys. I know it's a new one for me, new one for you guys. So let's get right to the table. Here we are. This is the basic setup for 2-player and for solo mode. So what we have here is, let me switch over to the comments. Hey Francisco, how's it going? Rich, it's nice to see you. Alright, so what you have here is we have our detailed cam off to the right, we have me off to the left, and we have the game right in the center. So what we have is the elements that we randomly put down onto the table, and then we have our power cubes that we are going to be using throughout the game as a solo game and for 2-player. Actually, for all games, you'll get 2 power cubes, which I'll put right here. Alright, yep, I can see everything going live. That's a little loud. It's royalty-free music, so I don't have to pay for it, or else I'd be playing a lot of other music, because, you know, paying for it sucks. Anyway, so we're going to shuffle up the deck. And you're going to create a pool where cards can be exchanged. And that will go round to the side. Here, here. Let's move it a little closer in. And here. Now these cards can be exchanged throughout the game. It is once per round. You can switch out the cards from your hand to the cards that are in this pool right over here. So anybody can do it, but in a single player game, only you can do it. You're actually going to be playing against your imitation. So what you'll do is draw 6 cards. And I'm going to put this into the deck randomly and shuffle it some more. Let's make sure I have 6. I have 5 and 6. And then you're going to deal the imitation 6. There we go. So let's talk about these cards and what they do. So going to the detailed cam, we'll start with this card right here. We'll get it right here so you guys can see the detail. Alright, so this signifies the element that it is. So we have earth, wind, fire, and water. I kind of wanted to get a Captain America, I mean not Captain America, a Captain Planet clip to show right then. And go, earth, wind, fire, and heart. But they didn't have heart, and so it didn't work. Alright, so we have the air element right here, and it tells you the total points you get if you achieve this goal by the end of the game. And this says vicinity with earth and water symbols provides 5. So vicinity means adjacent, directly adjacent. So if we were to put this here, directly adjacent would be the earth, because it does wrap around, and the water. So this would actually work, because in this setup, this card would be adjacent to water and to earth. So that's how that works, and that's how you get the endgame points for this card. Next, you'll see enhancements. Well, what are enhancements? Our enhancements are when you power up a card by placing a gem onto it, instead of getting 5 points, you'll get 8 points. So it increases the amount of points that you can get per game. Per card. Not all cards have enhancements. Some have immediate effects. Some have endgame effects. Alright, so let's show you immediate effects. So this means endgame effect. Here, you'll see this symbol, the star, which means immediate effect. which you can power up. I'm sorry, powered up effects. The number of power crystals on this card provides 2 points, 7 points, and 13 points. So the more power ups you put by the end of the game, you'll get these effects. Let me see. Here's the immediate one. This one is a nice immediate effect. This is also a universal card, which means that it can be universally played on any one of the elements. And it will count as that element as well. So this one says, swap this card with the bottom card in the other player's column that doesn't have power crystals on it. The player takes back the power crystals. So this would instantly happen the moment it is played. So those are the types of effects cards that you have. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So first and foremost, since we now have our power to start off with, let's see, I'll put it right over here because it's more visible next to the mic. If you guys can't hear me or if there's trouble hearing me, please let me know because I don't know. I'm not on your screen, so I can't hear myself play. Alright, so first we're going to choose a card. So I'm going to look here. And if you're playing in a multiplayer game with other people, this would be secretive. So, but since I'm showing you guys, we're going to make this as visible as possible. So we're going to see what each one does. So we have each pair over here. Each pair of earth and fire symbols provides 2 points. Well, that's really awesome, but I don't know how well I'm going to get earth and fire right now. So I don't know if that's a good card. So we'll then take a look at the next. And so each pair of air and water symbols provide 2. Again, that's the same effect. Is it something you want to play? For me, I just don't want to. But you know what? I do have this one, the one I showed you in the very beginning, which says vicinity of earth and water symbols. Well, because I can achieve that almost at any time, I'm going to play it right there. In a 2 to 4 player game, what you would do is everybody would put a card, put it simultaneously down, and then once everybody has put the deck off to the side for people to exchange, you'll then show it. But in a solo player, you just put it down, and then how the opponent works, the imitation, is just you'll just randomize the cards, like so, and then just draw. And this is a blue card. And it says this card counts as 2 water. We don't worry about that right now. We just put it under the symbol. And then we exchange. So now you have 5 cards remaining in your hand. And you now pick a card. This is like Terraforming Mars, the drafting type of work. It's basically you're drafting a card to play at every round. So with that in mind, now we're going to talk about the other moves you can do. So we have 5 more cards, and we're going to see if these cards are something I want to play. So we've got them in detail right here. If you can't see them, just again let me know. So we have number of air and fire symbols provide, and this is the total. So you get 4, 6, or 8 gives you 9. Vicinity of earth provides 3. That one, again, can happen because it's a vicinity. We go here to here because it does wrap. So that's a great card to have. Vicinity of air next to fire would never work. And then the number of cards adjacent to this card provides. So an adjacent, just it's orthogonally adjacent. So if I were to put this earth one down here, I would have 1 adjacent so far. If I were to put 1 in the fire, I would have 2 adjacent. If I would put 1 beneath it, I would have 3 adjacent, and again 1 above would be 4. So I could never effectively max out its points at 5 or 9. So because of that, that's not going to be a card I play. So then I'm going to choose that one we talked about, again, vicinity, which was, where was, this one. So we're going to play it down. Now the next option you have to do, if you have power crystals, is power up, and this all happens within a turn. So first we'll shuffle this and show their card before we power up. So they have earth, not an immediate one, so we don't worry about it. Alright, so to power up, once per turn you can power up any card that you have. So I'm going to power up this one right here. because actually no, we're gonna go with this one because it gives me more points. They're actually both the same. It's +3. It doesn't matter, so they both work. I'm gonna raise that up a little bit, and you know what? I'm gonna lower this. I just noticed now, can't see it that well. And since these cards don't matter, we're not gonna worry about seeing the opponent's cards. There we go. All right. So we're gonna again switch cards. And this is how the game is played. So we're now going to look at these 4 cards and talk about the other option you can do a turn. So we have Power Up. Going to look at these cards, and you know what? I don't really care about this card right here. So this is the card I'm going to choose, but instead of putting it out there, as I'm going to swap it with another card. And I'm going to look to see what's in the pool over here. So I'm going to go, okay, what can I get? You know, this one's not a bad card. And we'll take a look at it. This one allows all players to play an additional card from the current stack they are passing. So now we can actually choose to play 2 cards at once, which is pretty cool. Or we go with this one. It says choose a card with an instant effect in the pool or a player's collection, apply its effects. That's kind of cool as well. So that one we may want to save for later. And then we go to the last one. Have the most earth symbols provides, 6 points. Well, right now I don't know if I'm going to get the earth symbols. I can start gunning for it, but I think one of the other cards may be a more reliable action. So instead what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make sure on this, I believe I can swap and play. Alright, so it says exchange from the pool, and just to make sure, yeah, and add it to the proper column. Just wanted to make sure. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to take this one right here, and I'm going to put it already in Earth. And this one is, again, the one that allows me to play an additional card at this time. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to take the cards from here, and, we were looking for earth symbols. We still don't have earth symbols. You know what? I'm going to go with this air symbol right here. And we can start actually stacking these so they're a little bit better. And this one allows me to power up. So that one's the one that if I get 3 crystals on it, it's 13 points by the end of the game. Now, the imitation also gets to play 2 cards. Again, these are random, so we're going to randomly draw 1. And this is the Earth card, so we're just going to put it down with this one. There is no special effect to it. And then we're going to draw another card randomly, and this one says air with vicinity, and it doesn't matter. So now I'll get the remaining 2, they'll get their 2, and now let's go. So we're close to the end of this round. So I see 2 cards here, an air and a fire symbols provide. I'm doing great on air, but I have no fire symbols. Again, this is vicinity, and this one won't work. So here's the third action you can take instead of playing a card. You can take a card and discard it. So what that will allow us to do is take this card, discard it off to the side, and we gain a power crystal for it. So again, that's for powering up, if we wanted to do a power up. And again, do I want to power something up? Yes, I do want to power that one up, because this one, again, gives me a lot of endgame points at the end of the game. And then we're going to swap, but after we do the exchange, here we go, random card, acts as 2 air. Yay, fun! Alright, and they'll get this card, and that we already know that one's going to go there. We can just put down mine is for each air and water symbol, I'll get 2, and there we go. So now, what changes between rounds? Well, instead of getting 6 cards in a 2-player game, we'll get 5 now. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll give that player their 5, I'll get my 5, and the game continues. And so, as you can see, this one's all about making combos and making connections with what you have out on the table. So we're going to see what our new 5 are. Let me move that one up. Here we go. I know there's a little blind spot right over there. I'm going to try to adjust it for you guys. Alright, so what do we have in our hand now? So in our hand, we have, a Vicinity of Fire, provides 3. Alright, blue is in Vicinity of Fire, so that's an awesome card to get right off the bat. Each player loses 1 Power Crystal from the reserve, not their cards. That sucks. That sucks a lot, because the Imitation has no Power Crystals. Only I do, and I only have 1 left. So to get a new one, remember, we choose not to play a card to get a Power Crystal. So, no. That might just be an immediate discard from the bat. This this card counts as 2 symbols. Each fire symbol provides you 1 victory point. And then we have Vicinity again of fire and water, which I could never get. So this one I could never get. Vicinity of Fire I could get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose again to discard, because I don't want this accidentally coming out when I'm not paying attention. So I'm going to discard it and again grab another Power Crystal. So now they're going to randomly go and we're going to see the effect. So the objective of this game is to have the most points. Alright, this is fun. So this is what this card just drew. Let me put the focus there. Choose a card from the pool and add it to your collection. Don't initiate the immediate effect. So that is great for the player. So how does this work for an Imitation when it comes down to, which one it goes down to? So you're going to start from the left and you're going to go with whichever stack has the least amount of cards, which is green. So that's going to go right there. So, and then we're going to randomly choose a card from the collection and add it, but again the immediate effect doesn't happen. So we'll just randomize them like this. No one's seeing anything. Ha ha ha. Here we go. Draw the card, and this will go down right there. And again, that won't initiate any effects. And these are the cards that are now left. Alright, and I discard mine, so now we swap. So I'll take these cards. The Imitation player will take their cards, and we're going to see what we have. Alright, so we have each air symbol, which is really cool because we need air symbols. We don't have the Vicinity yet for this card. What about this one? We also, we do have Vicinity for, not yet, because we need a second card. So what we're going to do is choose this one. Put it down because it's Vicinity of the air, which again, each air symbol. So we have 3 air symbols, that's 3 points. And so that's actually a pretty good card for us. Here we go, randomization, starting again. Thank you for joining me, guys. Here we go. Alright, they get another flame. There is no immediate effect. It is endgame. So I'll get these cards. They'll get those. And we're checking to see if what we hoped stayed did. Alright. Yes, this one did stay, which was again Vicinity of Fire, which goes here. And because this one also activates that one, because this one is the Vicinity that we were hoping for. If you guys remember before, Vicinity with Earth and Water, which we now just achieved. So that will be effectively 5 points at the end of the game. Alright, so that's that. Here we go with theirs. And another fire. Yay! Alright, we're swapping. Alright, now we have, each water symbol provides 1. Right now we're not doing good with water. And then we have each pair provides 2. You know, I'm going to go and say, hey, we need more earth, so we're going to do that. So there we go. And then I'm also going to apply this power crystal over here, because that one now gives me 7 points for the crystals. We're going to reveal this one. This one gives earth, no immediate effect. And then they'll reveal that one. We'll see about this. We want to use it for vicinity again. You know, we don't. So we're going to discard this card, get another power crystal. And we're going to play another power crystal. So we're going to see which ones do we have left. You know, each set of 3 air gives you 2 additional, which is nice because we already have 3. So that's 3 points, plus if we enhance it, that's 5 points total for that. So we're going to power up that card. Alright, now we're beginning the last round of the game. So again, we're going to deal out 5 again. And these last cards, we'll talk about what happens at the end of solo. So here we go. Last bit of cards going out. We're going to check to see what we have in our hands. See if there's anything we want to keep, anything we want to avoid. Alright. So this is kind of cool because it gets rid of cards from the opponent. But it doesn't help me. And I'm noticing I'm really running low on combinations here. It's just going to help each pair of fire and earth. Again, my fire cards are gone, and there are no fire outside of this. This one's a cool card. So it's Overlord. Load. Place this card next to your collection and take 1 card from the pool. Now, it is negative points, but I can use a power crystal to give it to the other player, which is awesome. And then we're going to take a look at this one. 2 earth symbols. Now, was there anything that we needed for earth symbols? I believe we did have... No, that one's already covered. So we really don't need that card at all. So I'm going to go and use... You know... I need more power crystals, so I'm going to discard and take another power crystal and then use one here. Alright, now we're going to go with the random effect turn. Here we go, guys. Randomly drawn and another earth. There, done. Actually, these are my cards. This goes back over to the other player. And this is the solo mode and how it's played. As you can see, this game is really quick. It only takes about 20-30 minutes to play. It's a great, you know, for me, I'm going to say I play this solo more than I've played it with a group because I find it more challenging to outdo the imitation player. You know, in a group setting, this is a quick filler game that is nice to play, you know, when you have just a little bit of time. Alright, we're going to see what we have here. Having the most water symbols, that will never happen. Because I only have 1, they have 3, actually. Number of cards adjacent to this card. That one's actually kind of nice now because... Because remember, there's no more fire. So that may or may not be good. Each symbol, earth symbol. You know what? Let's go with the earth symbol. So we're going to put that down. And we're going to power up this card right here with our last power up. Which now, for 3, gives us 13 points. Which is awesome. Here we go. They're going to get their random card. I'm just going to shuffle it up. And choose a random one. Here we go. Oh, alright. So it is choose a card from the bottom column of any other player and discard that card. Alright. That sucks. Because he's taking cards away from me. So we'll go to the lowest count pile. And that is the blue right here. So that is another blue symbol. Well, how are we going to do this? Randomly take one. So we're going to take these three. And we're going to see, oh, sorry, 4. And we're going to see which one gets done. And it's going to be the blue one, so that gets discarded out. Ouch. So this comes back. That comes back with its crystals. And this one comes back. Alright. So we're going to switch cards. We only have 3 more turns left in this game. I have no more power crystals, so I can't enhance anything back up. So we're going to take a look here and see what we got. So, we're not going to ever get this one. It might be a good discard or might be a good swap out. We have the adjacency one, which right now it would only be 1 point. The max we could ever get is 3 points. So, you know what? It may be more effective to get 3 points by discarding a card. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is discard this card and get a power crystal and power up that. Right there. And here we go. We're going to take one. I'm not going to look at it, even though I just did look at it. And randomly draw. Alright, so it's negative 5 points. Alright, and they're going to take a card from the pool. Let's see, 3. So starting from the left. And again, starting from the left. There we go. Now we get our last cards. And how can we effectively... Does anything give me... for Earth? That's vicinity, 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 every pair. So nothing really for Earth. And there's no pair of fire crystals. So I'm going to do an exchange to get something into fire. Even though I won't get a card. And this says choose an instant effect from a player's card, which I'm going to do because he has some instant effects here. You know, I'm going to make them discard a card right there. And again, randomly, we're going to choose a card. So here we go. We're on a second to last turn of the game with solo mode. Here we go. Random card. This card is out of the game. They get the rest of their cards back. Alright. This stays off to the side. There. And that one was there. Alright. That was a swap. And so we change cards again. And actually that was the card we were supposed to swap. So this is what they would get. I would get the fire symbols. And the game is over. Alright, so now that the game is over, let me switch over to my other screen. Alright, so now that the game is over, we're going to actually tally everything up. And it comes with a nice little pad that you write, you know, your totals for each color in. You know, I'm already going to tell you I did not do as well as I was hoping. Luck of the cards was just not on my side. And you'll have a little score sheet, which is at the back of it right here. I'm going to show you guys on the detailed cam real quick. All right. So if you see in the detailed cam right there. So I am probably more astral. I'm already knowing this. I've played the game and have not been doing well in this game, and I know I don't do well in this game, but you compare your points to the opponent and see how many you have above the points. So here we go. You can be an astral, ethereal, celestial, deity, eternal, or omnipotent. I am definitely not omnipotent. I'm sorry, guys. That is just not me. But to show you guys how scoring takes into effect, we're going to go and show you just the green side. So we're going to go over here. This is nothing. Then we're going to go over here. Each air symbol provides 1. So we're going to say, okay, each air symbol provides 1. We won't do the enhancement yet. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then you would do an additional 2 points for every set of 3. So this is 5 points. And then this one says for each pair of air and water symbols, you get 2 points. So we have 1 pair, 2 pairs. So that is 4 points. So this is giving me 9 total points right here. You know, might as well do the fire. Fire says for each pair of water and air symbols, you get 2 points. And I have 2 sets, so that's 4. So we're at 19 points. Alright, this one is vicinity of fire, which is 1. So that's 6 points. So we're at 25 points. And then this is each pair of earth and fire. We have 2 pairs. That is 4 points right there. So we're at 29 points. Now we're going into the last column here. A vicinity of air and water symbols provides 5 points, which I do have the vicinity. So it's 8 points. Now we're at, that was 29 plus 8. That is 37 points. Then the vicinity of earth symbols provides 3. We're vicinity of 1. So plus it's enhanced. So that's 6 points. So that is 43 points. Wait, no. Was that right? Was it 37? Yeah, 43 points. And then plus 13. So that is 56 points. So that's my total points of them, not compared to the opponent. So there we go. That is the game. Let me show you guys again. If you like what you see here, and you're interested in picking up the game, you can pick this up exclusively at the UK Game Expo, at the Board and Dice table, or at Origins Game Fair. Afterwards, it will be available for purchase at retail as well as online at their online website. But if you want to get it early, you can actually pre-order it and pick it up at the conventions, or just pick it up at the conventions themselves and pay right then and there. Anyway, guys, my name is Marco. Thank you for joining me for tonight's live stream of the World Shapers. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a comment below. You can ask us or ask Board and Dice. Final thoughts, it's a fun solo game. It's a great filler game for if you don't have much time to play. This one is more advanced than the other two, with Inuit as well as Dust of the Wind, because there's a lot more text involved. So I would say, actually, this one says 10 and up. Yeah, that's about average. They say Inuit's 13, but really, Inuit you can play with 10 and up as well. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. My name is Marco. This has been Board Game Revolution's Week with Games. This has been World Shapers. You guys have a great night.